Alright, here we go. What's up, everybody? We got the winless Mapogo here. It's the undefeated Mythos, though. Mapogo has taken, I think, everybody to 3-game series, so their losses have been very, very competitive. Mythos, I don't think has dropped a single game this split, so I think they're looking to keep that trend going here. The bans are, for the most part, pretty standard that we see against these guys. Akali taken away from Samlad, and the Lee Sin taken away from Lead. Sorry, Lead. No, Lead. But we do see the mid laners trading some power picks here. You know, the Ahri, Orianna. Uh, Quirky is a champion we've seen Tango Fish time and time again pop off on. On the Mythos side, again, a bunch of power picks. The Zinzao coming out, Yunara. Probably an Enchanter, I would think, coming out here in the 4 or 5 range for Rexy. Since Enchanters do very well with Yunara and Zinzao. Orianna kind of used as a semi-Enchanter, but for the most part is just a bunch of utility, but a bunch of damage. The Vi coming out here for Lead, the patented Vi Ahri combo. I do like this, attacking the Orianna here. So Astros will have to definitely mind what's going on around him, and the 2v2s are going to be difficult, especially post level 6. But I also like the Vi Ahri's access to the backline here in the Yunara as well. So I think that's going to be pretty pivotal here. We'll see how this plays out. Cassante Nautilus taken away. Don't want the hook support. I feel like Nautilus is an interesting ban. I think Mythos would want to go Enchanter here, not Nautilus. Mr. Buffa getting his Ornn and Malphite taken away. He's definitely a well-known tank player here. So Mapogo going with the Nami. So a quirky Nami. Nami I think is a great utility support, but more on the offensive side of things. So I'm very happy to see that. The draft looks very cohesive here for Mapogo. Let's see what Mythos wants to pick. I do see Ghoul Freak out there in the chat. There's the Lulu we hinted at. Enchanters coming out for Mythos. I think Lulu works fantastic with the Yunara and Zhao. Top side, I think we can definitely look at some form of a front line, but an enabler. Here for Mythos and the Shen. Okay, I love this draft here by Mythos. I think there's decent ball delivery, there's decent utility, there's decent everything here. The only thing that they're missing is the Mordekaiser. Beat me right to this hover here. Mordekaiser derails this whole type of team fight, like, you know, buff up 2 carries type of comps here. So I think the Mordekaiser goes super hard here. And there we go. Yep, Mordekaiser getting locked in here. So I really do like the cohesiveness out of Mythos' draft, but Mapogo has a lot of really quality answers as well. So we'll see how this one goes. But we're going to roll an ad here, and we will see you guys for game 1. Here we go. Game 1 here of Mythos versus Mapogo Coalition. Control 11. Alright. Here we go. I think I've got timers. Objective timers chat.
Minions have spawned.
We're good. Alright, both okay, a little bit of trading from the top side. That is Ignite on this Mordekaiser, so definitely wanting to make sure lane goes very well for him. We see it looks like an invade here from lead on the Vi here, so potential 3 buff start for the Vi, which I think this is going to be an insane start because this team comp needs to get rolling and threatening. With a nice little electrocute proc. Astros though getting 2 autos off as well here. A little bit of a trade for the bot lane. Q coming out for Bufa. Astros getting another trade here though. Is the first one to hit level 2 here. Samled now hitting level 2. Top laners though going nuts here. Ignite burn from Mr. Bufa. Oh, but a flash by Seko! And it still did not dodge the E. Oh, big unfortunate events here. Seko also bringing the Ignite as well, so no TP for him. Looks like wave state is slowly kind of evening out. Actually, now it's pushing away from him. So, but we do see a fight here in the bot lane as Rexy is going to go down here from a gank by Led as well here. I do apologize, I was looking at that wave state here, so we can go back a few minutes here. A decent trade in the mid. But yeah, so a whole bot side clear from Led sets him up here to Q. Guma though flashing. Rexy did have the flash up but decided not to burn it as well. So 2 kills here from Mapogo. Samled though getting jumped on, but charms and W movement speeds away here. So 2 start here from Mapogo. They're up a little less than 1,000. 129 though checking the CS, seeing that there's 12 already on the Vi. So he knows that Vi's whole top side is up, and now Vi is cross mapping to come defend this. Mr. Bufa going on to Seko. Seko no flash here and does not fall. 129 missing the strike here, and Mr. Bufa potentially walking away from this. W shield is up and gets a little bit of return fire here. And here's Lead with the red buff. 129 though. Oh, Mr. Bufa just barely survived. A 4-0 start for Mapogo here with 2 kills for both the top and the jungle here. And this will end up being just absolutely terrible for 129, and he's going to get 3 buffed coming out here. He has nowhere to go. Rexy burning the flash there away from Tango Fish. Guma and Tango fighting as well. Lulu shields come out. Guma trying to do his best. Polymorph comes out, but that's still not enough. And that is a double kill for the bot lane here as Tango picks up 1 and Nexus does. Seko trying to proxy there, it looks like, but he probably should have known that Vi's topside was up. With Vi showing top though, 129 getting bot scuttle, and yeah, Vi's back on the map long enough that he's did not look at the red buff. Don't want to run into a 3-0 Vi here. With the Sheen and double longsword here, it would have not have been fun for 129. Astros though looking really strong on this Orianna here. You know, potentially doesn't pick up a plate. Oh, Charm does come out for Samlad. Ooh, and a big boatload of damage there. So Astros putting a little bit of pressure here in the mid lane on this Orianna. TP though coming out for Samlad. As Orianna pushes that wave in and will back and burn the TP of her own. So this should be lost chapter for Astros, so he's going to feel pretty decent in this lane if he can attack, try to push in Samlad and attack them. Oh my lord, the damage coming out from Tango Fish. Rexy ends up falling down here. As the Sheen proc plus the Q landing was just an insane burst of damage there on the Rexy. So we're seeing wins on all fronts from Mapogo. They're up 3K at less than 6 minutes here. Ghoul Freak, your boys over at Mythos getting a challenge this week. Inferno Drake will get taken by lead. And this Inferno Drake, I mean, I think Inferno Drake's one of the weaker of the first Drakes, but with the amount of just stats, it does amplify this lead a little bit, especially when you're building a lot more offensive items coming out. So Triforce is going to be online early for both Tango and lead here, so Fire Drake will feel pretty good. Mr. Buffa bullying around Sekko here. This is Giant's Belt, Amp Tome, Boots against basically a Ruby Crystal. Ooh, Phase Rush proc from Astros. Ult coming out, but lead cancels that. Shutdown will go over to Astros here. Samlad now getting chased down by 129. We do see Mr. Buffa, though, in the dive here. Oh, but Samlad with the flash. 129 will end up going down here. So the big thing, though, is Astros getting 2 kills here and a shutdown. So, Mr. Buffa, dude, Sekko teetering on this. I know Mr. Buffa tower dove him, and it was very unsuccessful here. But both top laners, no ignite. So, I think this lane, for the most part, is going to stabilize. Oh, lands the Q, led there. But Astros popping the flash there to get out. So we're looking at a little less than 3K gold. So chipping away at this, though, plate will fall here in the bot lane soon. Duma getting smacked with a bubble into Corky Q. We do see the farm on the side of 129 has now caught up here. I think potentially prepping a dive. Polymorph does come in. There's no Polymorph now out of Rexy. And was only level 5, so. Oh, nice smooth moves here from Tango Fish. Astros, though, getting the solo bolo on the Samlad here. So Astros the only one putting up a fight here, and actually the early Ludens out of him is super deceiving on the damage. Nice sidesteps there. So we definitely have a carry here for the Mythos squad in Astros. But still some shutdowns out there. Tango Fish completing his Triforce, and Nexus completing the Imperial Mandate. So, oh my lord! Oh my! As level 8 to level 5, plus the Imperial Mandate slow, like, my lord, the damage coming out of this bot lane here. 129 spotted on a ward here. Clearing that pink ward while Rexy backs. So, Samlad clearing some of the bot lane. Rush with the vision plants. Sucko now looking like he's taking a beating here, but he's just grinding away at just losing CS. Hasn't found himself in the risk of getting solo killed here yet. But he's going to just keep grinding away, losing just limited CS as much as he can. Here, trying to use the Shen passive shields to block a lot of this damage. Oh, but the Ignite comes back up for Mr. Buffa. Well, we just talked about he wasn't dropping the solo kills, and I was clearly mistaken there. And that is also top lane quest done for Mr. Buffa, so he's not only able to back, but the TP is online. Astros spacing out Samlad quite a bit here. I think this is the second time, the third time we've seen Astros on this Orianna. He's definitely shown a lot of proficiency on this champion here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Yeah, tell me about it, War. Oh. Looks like top turret will be falling here soon. Oh, Astros going with what looked to be the laugh. Shen ult coming out. And that will come back and be a great response from Mythos. So a little bit of the emote taunt from Astros nets them a kill here. Top tower does fall, which Sucko was going to lose anyway. So I think good on him to look at that. So Rexy does complete his back. Guma not as much. So ult comes out for Mr. Buffa and 129 here. Flashes the Q. Mr. Buffa in now a 3v1. Q comes out. He ends up taking out 129 here. TP does come out. Led will jump on Astros. Rexy in the area with the Enchanted Growth. Polymorph also coming out as Lead cannot find a way out of this. And that's going to end up netting 2 kills over to Mythos here. With the Rexy roam, though, they do lose bot lane turret here. So, really solid response and roaming from the Mythos side. And a little bit of overchase here from the Mapogo team. But we see most of their first items now completed. Double Trinity Force. We're halfway to Leandry's here on Mr. Buffa. Or that could be oh, the other mask item. It escapes me. But Ardent Sensor, Malignant's completed on Samlad. So kills, though, have been slowly going over to Sucko and Astros. I still think there's plenty of resources for Astros to potentially carry this, especially since he went the Luden's route, and it looks like he's going Shadow Flame as well. Is kind of deceiving as it may be. I think potentially like a Seekers and a Zanya second will make him feel decent, because he's going to get Mordekaiser ulted, he's going to get Vi ulted and jumped on in these fights, and I think Zanya's is going to be good enough to stall out. Also, the Hollow Radiance coming out for the Shen, trying to help him with a little bit of the wave clear. It doesn't help him at all with the 1v1. Yeah, it's one of the weaker MR items in the game. where like Force of Nature would have been super good. I think Force of Nature is super slept on as far as like a single MR item or an early one. The fact that you get, I believe it's, oh, Astros looking to try and one-shot Nexus. Doesn't happen. 129 though, getting the wild growth on him. So the slowing field, keeping him stuck on there, but 129 trying to grind out this fight and couldn't. Astros though centering in on Nexus, and now he finds himself in a boatload of trouble here as Mr. Buffa does take down Astros walking here. So Mythos trying to do their best to be proactive, but ends up falling. That ends up that's a 2 for none here for the side of Mapogo. So Rift Herald taken by lead here. Mid lane turret gonna go down. Tango Fish having himself a bunch of resources. He's about 2k up on Guma here. Top lane is 3k up. Even jungle's 1,000 gold up. Astros though is roughly a little less than 1,000 gold up on Samlad here. So again, he's kind of been the shining light for Mythos in this early game. So third dragon in play on the map here. This is a Hextech map, so portals coming into play. Which, when you have a big stat stick like Mr. Buffa here, this portal's very useful. He's trying to create some space here. Seko moving forward here. Fight comes out. Rexy just ends up getting one shot from Tango here. Oh! Big Oriana ult here. 129 does fall here. Guma trying to clean up. Seko in the back line. Ignite ends up not taking down Mr. Buffa as his W shield was up. Samlad has himself one more dash. And now Nexus trying to zone out Astros here while lead is on this dragon. So again, another 3 for none here. Astros putting in work, had himself a decent shockwave, but it's just so hard without any other residual damage here. So, soul point here for Mapogo at the 18-minute marks. 19 kills to 6 here. They're up by about 99,000, 9,500 gold, and they're in full control of this game state right here. Tango Fish with the early Hex Drinker here. Actually won a super late tier item, but had so much resources he just upgraded it to Mana Moon anyway. Which he's going to stack that pretty quick with it activating on auto attacks where the original tier didn't. So Samlad now at this point where he can Q the back line and one-shot it, so pushing waves. Answering Astros' push is not terrible here. Seko missing the Q pull through here. Gets taunted. And he's in this fight. 129 though in this brawl, but gets ult by the Mordekaiser, and he's going to end up falling here. Oh my lord. Rexy getting absolutely smacked here. Astros though forcing Samlad to use the ult. Rift Herald coming out in the top lane here. One charge on the tier 2. Second charge on the tier 3 here. Seko trying to go for a taunt. Gets interrupted there. And this is kind of starting to feel like all she wrote for the Mythos squad. So, Mr. Buffa could actually play this. The flash taunt for Seko ends up going sideways. 129 using the ult, trying to do what he can, but Mr. Buffa now with a double kill. He has Nexus waiting behind him in the wings as well, so this Mordekaiser is absolutely unstoppable. Astros now getting picked on here. Nice charm from Samlad here. Diving underneath this turret. Flash from Q from Mr. Buffa. And the E as well. And that's an ace, actually. We might see ourselves a 22-minute victory before the 4th dragon even comes up. His lead is just chilling in the bot lane here. Mr. Buffa has his ult back up, actually. Charm comes out from Samlad here. As Seko's just trying his best here. But not much he can do. Samlad messing up the flash charm. 129 getting ulted by Mr. Buffa again. And that's all she wrote, as that was a 21-minute victory here for Mapogo. And it was theirs from the start. It's not very many times I can say this, but that game could have been an email. That was all Mapogo from the word go here, pun intended. So, looking at the in-game screen, Astros putting in a lot of work, 17k damage, but Mr. Buffa almost 30k damage in a 22-minute game, 21-minute game. Almost just a little over 1,000 damage a minute, and do we even want to look at this? Yeah, there's the graphs. We don't get to see the timeline, but it's going to be all red. So Mapogo picking up the first map here in a mid-gap. I mean, I don't think it was a mid-gap. I thought Astros and Samlad both played well, did what their teams needed to. If anything, Astros, I thought, I think Astros was the shining light for his squad. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, let me move over to draft number 2 here. Let me switch this over. And here we go. So Mapogo on the blue side. Stun Gaming ended up picking red side here. So I think the bans are going to end up being the same here. Pantheon. Swain, sorry. And we'll most likely see a Yasuo band here. Volibear being, nope, the same band here. So assume this is... Oh, so leaving the Akali open for Samlad. I know he has been putting in a lot of work on that champion. So let's see. Akali's just not something I don't think you can B1. Unless there's just... You're playing it into a player that doesn't have answers to it, or you're later in the series. But Nexus pulling out his Bard. We've seen this last week where Nexus had himself a really fantastic Bard game. And actually that was against Incarnate, Stunned Incarnate, against Barbecue, actually, whose namesake here is a Bard main. But Nautilus Kaisa coming out here for Rexy and Guma. So a little bit of a different look here. Rexy sick and tired of getting one shot, so wanting to play the Nautilus. We'll see what the answer for Mapogo is. Yunara off the table and Corki. Sivir, I think is a very fantastic pairing for Bard, as she can wave clear, as a 1v2 lane and not really get dove. At least it's difficulty to dive her with the spell shield. Kaisa Nautilus can dive her, but I think Bard is perfectly okay with leaving Sivir, throwing up the deuces, and impacting this map, which we've seen Nexus do this time and time again. But the Akali getting left up, and Samlad hovering the Azir. Okay. Azir getting taken, so two fairly late game scalers in the Sivir and Azir. With the Akali being, Akali is traditionally a answer to Azir. I don't think it's the greatest answer. And overall, trying to dive a Sivir Azir is tough. But with the Kaisa there, it's nice to have Jarvan coming out here. So Flag and Drag, King of Demacia, making his appearance in this series. So Poppy getting taken out here. Mr. Bufa has played some Poppy in his time in the league. Yone taken out here, which, Yone makes their comp pretty AD heavy. So, still just don't want to see it. Yone himself being a really solid answer to Azir. You EQ3 forward or R forward the Azir wall. Yeah, punts you into your turret, but you just E back. So, and that's just a one-time defense for Azir. The Wukong taken away. Wukong is a pretty big answer for the Jarvan, but mid lane getting attacked here as the Wynn brothers and Victor all taken off here. I think the Swain is also a mid lane ban. I'm not sure. I don't know this Mythos team that well. Maybe somebody in the chat can give me a heads up on who the Azir or who the Swain player is. But a Vladimir coming out here. I hate Vladimir so much. This champion, if you play it correctly, there's nothing that can stop this champion. So the fact that Azir likes this nice peaceful laning phase, wants to get to 1, maybe 2 item spike, Vladimir's like, okay, we'll see your scaling and just scale with you. It's not totally focused in on the scaling, but there's not a lot of CC coming out of Mapogo either. So I think there needs to be a really big answer here in the top side, potentially with this Vladimir going around the map. Mordekaiser are off the table. Ryze's point and click is off the table. And Ornn getting hovered here. So Mr. Bufa getting himself the Ornn, which he's known for playing and playing very, very well here. So now we have a potential flex. Vladimir could go top and just annoy the shit out of this Ornn, but that also makes you fairly AP heavy if you're going to mage in the mid lane. I think this Vladimir is mid. So Ornn coming out. What is the answer here? Is a Camille. Okay. Not a champion I've seen in quite a while. So a little different look here from Setko. Went to Shen in game 1. Got counterpicked on the Mordekaiser, but had himself the pick of the litter here, and picks the Camille. Noted this is Ornn top Rek'Sai jungle. Good guys Mapogo giving us that before we go into there. So but yeah, this is an interesting draft. I think both teams are pretty happy with a slower pace game. But I think they have tools that if the game does get sped up, they're they're okay with that game state as well. They don't want it to be like insanely chaotic. If anything, Mythos with the Kaisa ult, I think has a lot of really good responses. Um, the Camille, I believe whoever Camille R's gets the Kaisa passive on them. I don't quote me on that, but I believe that's how that works. If not, I know Camille R pushes other champions away, so she still has alt targets to get into that fight. Uh, so I think Stun Mythos is definitely more of a skirmish heavy team, to where Mapogo is pretty okay with waiting for 5v5s. It's just the Ornn and Rek'Sai need to get decently beefy. And I think the Rek'Sai really needs to mark this Vladimir, because there's just not really anything stopping this Vladimir outside of the Rek'Sai from getting to the back line. Ornn can try to W or like QE and knock up, but as Ornn may be playing more of TPing into the fight, and it might just be the 4-man of Mapogo here originally. If Camille pushes in and then roams around on the map, trying to make plays. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a fun one. There's some champions here we haven't seen in a bit. Alright. Okay. Candy, nice to see you around here. I am going to run a 3-minute ad here for the spectator break, so the ad doesn't hop into game. And we'll be back with game 2 of Mapogo versus Stunned Mythos. Mapogo up 1-0. Alright, guys and gals. Here we go with game 2 of Mapogo versus Stun Mythos. Mapogo on the blue side here, Stun Mythos on the red side. Mapogo did take the first game here. So, we'll see how this one ends up going. We do have some champions that it's the first time we've seen them in the league. This split in the Camille and the Vladimir coming out. So, what competition type this is? This is a amateur league for League of Legends. We run a regular season and a playoff, double elim playoff. The elos ranging in this league are mid to high emerald to master 300 LP. And we do fearless best of 3 regular seasons. So that's what you're checking out there, Mikey. Yep, we went to fearless, I believe 2 splits ago. And then last split we did double elimination in the playoffs. We try to emulate what we see in pro play with just varied formats, just depending on the amount of teams. So, yep, a lot of fun. Nice trade here from Mr. Buffa. Astro's probably going to take a little bit of poke here, but overall is going to be okay to just heal up whatever lane comes out. Seko hitting the W, getting himself some health back. One thing I actually didn't think about was Mr. Buffa's Q creates a peeler that Seko can just bungee jump off of. I'll get to that here in just a second. Flash coming out. Seko's Q2 ends up not taking down Mr. Buffa yet. We do look at a bot lane fight. Mr. Buffa will walk away here. So, some's burned on the bot lane. Nothing up top. Mr. Buffa and Seko both burning Flash. Any thoughts on the Iron Man draft? I've heard Iron Man be called a few different things, including Fearless, I think was originally called Iron Man in certain communities. So you're going to have to elaborate on what you consider Iron Man to be. Because, again, I've heard that kind of formatted a few different ways. So, Mr. Buffa missing the knockup, though. Interesting that Seko's passive is giving him a physical shield when I actually thought Ornn did more magic damage early. So that's interesting, but I've not seen a Camille in quite some time. So Seko now trying to bully out Mr. Buffa a little bit here. Same as Fearless, so the bans from previous get passed on. I don't know how I feel about that. Mr. Buffa's E getting stopped from Seko, and first blood for Seko on this Camille here. So exercising some demons from game 1 and trading back into Mr. Buffa here. Lead looking at potentially ganking Astros here. Knockup coming out here. Astros still having the W. W getting burned. Enhanced Q coming up. So, Lee just walking away, not trying to give any extra health back to Astros there. So, kind of a little bit of a what's up gank. Yeah, Ornn can be pretty useful from behind. I just think Ornn wants to be even or ahead so he's not forced to build a Balmy Cinder item, because I think both of them are absolute garbage. So, but yeah, overall Camille needs to get this lead to have a much easier time impacting the map here. So, Astro's playing around the Q here. Samlad with little to no mana. Oh, but the flash forward from Astros, getting himself the auto attack. And 1v1ing Samlad here, so Solo Bolo's coming out from the Mythos squad. Oh, hook coming out from Rexy here, Ignite on Nexus. But trying to turn back, and Guma will end up falling to Tango Fish here, so a fight picked here from the Mythos bot lane ends up not working out in their favor. So, first Dragon getting started up from lead here on the Rek'Sai. Does Mapogo have the strongest bot lane in the league? You know what? I think so. I think it's definitely worth the conversation. Lead does end up falling here to 129, and the Dragon gets picked up here, so Mythos getting one back here onto lead, and the Dragon as well. 129 just swag flagging Samlad to stop the back here. Also gets the bone plating out as well. So Seko trying to freeze this lane on there. Gets the stun off on Mr. Bufa. So lead coming in here. Nexus also in the area. Ult coming out. Samlad looking at 129. Stun coming out on the Astros. Vlad ult is down. W now getting used here. As Astros gets the enhanced Q onto lead and takes him out. 129 having to flash away. Seko though, ends up mistiming the ult, and Mr. Bufa gets one back on the Camille. A lot of action here, all in favor of Mapogo, as they end up netting themselves 3 kills from that, and now we're even on the gold lead here. Gold difference is in the top. If you're meaning champions, I will pan over to that here for a hot second. Yep, I got you, Mikey. So, gold, fairly even. 129's a decent amount ahead, but everything else looks... Sivir, actually, 500 gold up, so a decent lead here. So, I think Mapogo can beat anyone, but also lose to anyone. That's a fair statement. You know, if they take this dub off of Mythos, especially in a 2-0, I think that's a very accurate statement. I do think they have probably, it was low key, but probably now high key, the best bot lane in the league with Nexus and Tango Fish here. Oh, the E does get hit, but the ult comes out and lead picks up one on the Seko from that gank. So Seko end up getting first blood here, but after that has been unable to maintain this advantage, though. There was a little bit of pressure. Oh, EQ coming out. Nice ult from Nexus to see if he can get to the portal. He does, but falls in the portal. And Guma gets one back here, so resources now onto this Kaisa. So, Mr. Bufa picking up a plate lead, getting himself the Rift Herald, the Void Grubs here. So 3 Void Grubs, taking them away from Camille is really nice, but I think Void Grubs is the most overrated objective here. Oh, W getting burned from Astros here. Ghost, though, coming out as he's dancing on this with Rizzy in the background. Here, so got some Vlad Gaming, pop the Ghost, and you can do whatever you want, because there's no CC. Well played by Nollis. Yeah, Rexy looking much more comfortable on these type of supports. The Lulu last game, he got picked on quite a bit. I don't want to say that's not his style. I think he can play everything here, but he got picked on quite heavily on that Lulu game. So Yuntal still not completed yet. I would think Sivir will have it here very soon. Guma completing his back. I think, yeah, he will have Kraken Slayer on this back. Trinity Force has got to be getting close here for Camille. Still what, like about 1,000 gold away, give or take. I don't quite remember Trinity Force. Cooldown boots are pretty massive for Vlad in the early game here. Sekko though, but ends up getting the ult and timing it correctly here. Oh, but Mr. Buffa ends up with the W off the turnaround and flash autoing passive proccing Sekko. So Mr. Buffa turning this lane around. Buffa just showing off right now. Yeah, I think Mr. Buffa's had himself a insane series so far. So, and now the Ornn is 600 gold up. I believe doesn't have the quest completed yet, but I thought the top lane quest was going to be big for Ornn with the experience gain. He can upgrade items much quicker. So, and this Camille did not get far enough ahead, so I don't think split pushing is an option. We'll have to see how Sekko plays out these team fights. One thing though, I will say, Nexus using the R and getting the double stun off Guma in the back here. Samlad with the sweep, flashing away from 129's ult. Led though flashing ahead here. He's kind of in no man's land. Does get one onto Rexy. Ult comes down on 129, but ends up getting taken away. Now it's Nexus and Tangofish versus the world here, as Sekko getting bullied again here. TP is up for Mr. Buffa. He's at about 50% health, but it looks like the fight is over with down in this bot lane, so the Infinity upgrade on Sivir will be massive. Yeah, Infinity Edge is going to go super hard here. I just don't know if the item's going to be done in time for him to upgrade. We'll see how Mr. Buffa plays out. The Sekko, though, using the turret here, getting himself a little bit of love here. Oh, the flash coming out, locket coming out. Sekko ends up picking up another one. Rexy with the locket also to help seal the deal there. Gets an assist. So right now, looking at 6 to 8 on the kills. Proto Bell completed. Astros just psycho all-inning Samlad here. Samlad's ult is coming back up here. Bard ult comes down here. Heal comes out, but Astros picks up one. Don't know if the Bard ult did what exactly Nexus wanted to do, but Samlad could have been yelling for it. Now we do get a stun here coming out of Nexus, and Astros is now free to do. Oh, Rexy curving the hook here. Nexus in trouble using the portal here, and Astros picks up another one. Now 5-1-2 on this Vladimir. But yeah, I think we're at this point now. We do see the anti-healing coming out for Tangofish. I think LDR is just so good though, compared to Mortal Reminder, that I think you sit on this anti-healing and still build LDR. I know it's redundant, but it bridges the gap until somebody else can get some anti-healing going on. Lead though, trying to knock up Sekko during that E, and unfortunately was unable to do it. But we do kind of see this trend here from first game to now game 2 is Astros creating himself a big lead and being a factor for this Mythos squad, but his team is in a much better position to help him out here. Sekko with the completed Trinity Force. Mr. Buffa though burning him with the Sunfire though. Oh, Mr. Buffa with the one-shot combo coming out. and ends up winning that all in. Bot lane also going in favor of Mapogo here. Mr. Buffa doing his best to survive there, but 129 coming in, picking himself up one. Samlad getting picked on here from Astros, though. Nexus in the area. Oh, stun coming out here. Astros, though, will turn this. No anti-healing there. Oh, the locket comes out from Rexy to turn this. And Astros ends up picking up Samlad as the mid laners do trade here. Nexus falling a little low, but Tango Fish now in this area helping out as support. Oh! Sekko getting knocked up, missing the W. Okay, Sekko's shield now going into the magic damage. But shutdown also from Astros went over to Samlad here, so he now finds himself with some anti-healing. So now I'm perfectly okay with Sivir sitting on it and going LDR, but with Ornn upgrades coming out, the IE is a massive pickup here. So by the time IE is completed, Ornn will be around that level 14 to 15 range. See what happens. It's 800 gold. So we're gonna start to see Astros kind of be a thorn in the side here. Oh, Mr. Buffa taking a couple of turret shots though. Oh, the E ends up not going to the wall here, and Sekko, with the help of the turret, picks up another one. So these top laners are equal, 3, 4, and 1. Farm is very minimal. Samlad, though, getting dove here from Astros. And even with the MR boots and anti-healing, Astros is able to just die freely this Azir. Sekko, we seen that. Yeah, I'm with you. I think full damage on here, but we do have a fight here in the mid lane, 3v3. Led getting CC'd, ults 129 here, ends up getting taken out. Guma putting in some work here, and Guma will walk away with about 20% HP. So, pick coming out onto the Mapogo jungler. We are 10 to 15 in the kills. Gold lead is about 15 to 1700 in favor of Mythos, but the biggest thing for them is being on Soul Point. So we will have Dragon coming up. I forgot to put on the ejected timers. Oh, but we've seen all in here from Mythos. This Tango Fish trying to do his best, does get one back onto Rexy. But now Astros moving forward here, flashing onto Nexus. And that's another one going over to Astros. As now he is fully completed death cap. Oh, this Vladimir is Thanos in this game. Mr. Buffa's W ends up cleansing that stun here. Sekko now with a Hydra able to start pressuring out these waves here. Guma trying to do his best to take care of Lead. But Flash coming out for 129. Ult coming out as well. Mr. Buffa picks up a solo kill here. Samlad puts up the turret. Trying to take care of Guma, but does not. As we're starting to see Mapogo try to just go after these plays. And just kind of chaining them together to where it's just not working to their advantage. So IE is completed for Tango Fish here. Mr. Buffa, level 13, so his armor item is now upgraded. The Sunfire. So that's not really the greatest stats on that. I guess decent armor. But 129 potentially catching out Mr. Buffa, but nope, Nexus and Tango are in the area. Yeah, this next team fight's going to be big, but honestly, I don't know if Mapogo is even going to try and team fight them, because your full armor on Mr. Buffa, he can't match Astros. Astros has shown he can dive Sam Ladd after a few trades. I think Mythos is going to do their best to keep this team fight, or this Mapogo team, really spread out, and try to just kind of pick them off in just some skirmishes here. So looking at the difference in the champion, Astros, my boy, 2,300 gold up. Do have a little bit of a pause coming out. Looks like a couple bathroom breaks from the players here. So looking at this game state, the kills are still relatively close, but we have about a 3k gold lead for Mythos, and the biggest important thing is going to be the Soul Drake. You're going to force a response here from Mapogo, and they, in my opinion, I think they do have the better team fighting, at least especially with the IE completed here. It's just going to be, can Mapogo not get picked off or not get baited into plays? Jungle. Okay, that's funny. So this is going to be a pretty interesting soul fight here. Sorry about that. I was using that as an opportunity to get a drink myself. So, a little bit of a 1v1 here in the top lane. Seko and Mr. Booth, these two are just brawling so much. They're going to be most damage on their team, just on the nature of the trades and everything. But Mr. Buffa does end up getting himself another solo kill, and we've seen him aggro Baron. I was getting ready to say, I don't think they go after this Baron. Oh, knockup coming out of lead, though. Sam Ladd getting the Orin ulted. 129 in the middle of this. Guma ends up taking out lead. Nexus will freeze some of the backline. Astros, though, here he comes, and double kill from Astros. Mr. Buffa does take out Guma, but Astros now just dancing around on this fight. And Grievous Wounds now off of Astros, and oh my lord, that healing. Mr. Buffa is not like someone you can ignore, but Rexy does end up not falling in that team fight. So that ends up being a 5-for-2 in favor of Mythos. And they extend this lead now to 5,000 gold. So both teams, though, brawled enough that there was no chance at a Baron. Dragon is coming up here soon. Actually, Dragon on the map. Seko trying to do his best to take out lead. Bit off more than he could chew, but gets to the wall and jumps out. Dragon started up from Mythos. Sam Ladd, though, trying to do his best to poke here. Dragon at 3k, at 2k here. Astros going after lead. Nexus will stun the Dragon, but that is Chemtech Soul coming out. Astros does fall, as Sam Ladd now hit 2 items here. Rexy does not fall as well. Nexus and Sam Ladd are left. Mr. Buffa now finding himself in the area. And I think both of those guys are going to just cut their losses here. Guma will end up taking out Nexus. So, big, massive fight. Shutdown for Astros went over to Tango Fish, actually. He did complete the Mortal Reminder. I believe he might have had that for the fight. I wasn't looking too closely on the items, but Mythos starting up this Baron here. Mr. Bufa at level 15. Don't think he's had the opportunity to upgrade any items yet. I believe 15 gives him 2 upgrades here, so IE or Yuntal is fine. I think Gnasher's Tooth is the best upgrade, as that is a boatload of AP and attack speed that Azir loves. Oh my lord. Now we've got, what is this item? Riftmaker completed here for Astros. And this double Chemtech plus the Soul here for Astros' Vladimir is like one of the high tier, like, drag. Oh my lord, that you can lock in. Mr. Bufa has himself a decent amount of MR right now, but will flash away. Astros, though, dancing around on this turret. 129 flashing in, though. Tangofish and Samlad are on their way down, but 2 will end up falling here in favor of Mythos. And turret falls down. Baron buff still on. Tier 2's falling in mid and bot. Sekko diving here. Flash coming out of Rexy. Ult comes out for Samlad, but Guma ends up ulting the backline. And Tangofish will end up taking down Astros. But that might be the game. Lead is up. Nexus is up. Mr. Bufa up in 10. Here, I think they look at the win potentially, as there's really not much damage to take them out. They are diving the backline. 129 diving here. Lead falls. Nexus portals and falls. Mr. Bufa, Call of the Forge God, hits 2, but they can just, Guma can just free hit here. Mr. Bufa is tanky, but that is not going to be enough here, as now they are just hitting here. Samlad is up now. Ult's still not up. 129 CC'ing him. And that is game 2. Going over to Mythos here. So, 2 things have happened. I believe every series for Mapogo has went to 3 games. And Stun Mythos actually dropped a map here. I think they were the only team that remained perfect for this split so far. So let's go over here. Damage, I mean, outside of Astro's top laners, they just kept hitting each other with everything in the kitchen sink. And yeah, so 1-1 here between Mapogo and Mythos. So game 3 coming up here soon. Let's see how quickly they want to get into this game 3. But so yeah, I think we should be able to start this draft quickly, since everybody decided to take a restroom break in the middle of that game. So we will see. It looks like Mapogo choosing the red side here, so I will go ahead and fix this real quick while we are waiting on the draft. And whoops, no, don't grab that. Mapogo on red side here, Mythos on blue side. Just want to make sure everything is good. And yeah, this is going to be an exciting game 3. Two games that went fairly similar directions, but different results. So Mapogo kind of dominating, not kind of, they dominated the game one, and Mythos got himself off to a really solid start off that early game in game two, and then just kept growing their lead. So game three, we are in draft. I expect the bands to be the same. That is one thing, I know, Mikey, if you're still around, that I think Iron Man has, is the bands do change. I just think in this kind of league, Iron Man's really hard to pull off because champ pools are just not that deep. Imagine just single banning a lane the first game, 2 games maybe, and then mid laners have nothing to play. So bans, yep, are the same as games 1 and 2 for Mapogo. Mythos getting rid of the Rise here. So Varus ends up being the first pick out for Mythos. Let's see what Mapogo ends up picking. Varus himself a pretty strong laner overall. Ooh, and Aphelios. Caitlyn is still up. We could see a Karma Caitlyn. We could see an Ashe Seraphine. Caitlyn, though, is the lock-in here. So another really heavy trading style of AD carry. Most people would say it is the strongest AD carry in the game. I think it's only strong if you can pilot it, especially the trap usages. And Nico getting hovered here. Okay, so potentially a Caitlyn Nico opening. You don't see Nico flex to mid that often, so we'll see how this ends up being. I think Rexy has played Nico, so this could be a denial pick as well. Ooh, and Varus Karma coming out here. So both bot lanes drafting 2v2s that love to brawl, love to fight. So we'll see how this goes against, two very, very good bot lanes. Mapogo, again, people are talking best bot lane in the league. Probably. I can't I can't disagree with that. I do think there's other bot lanes in consideration. I know Angel Boy and Ashes, when they're playing well, that bot lane is deadly. But I know Spirit Tracks and his support are around here somewhere, also chomping at that kind of conversation. So you can't forget Mono and Fid. Like, there's a lot of good bot lanes in this league. So it's hard to say what the best is. Malphite getting picked up here. Okay, so definitely going to see a Silas ban. Yep, no shock there. Stun, potentially now chopping away at the mid lane pool. I don't think you want to play Akali into those three, so I think you're safe not banning the Akali. You could probably ban... well, there is an Akali ban. Okay, so they're super worried about that causing havoc here. I think... I don't have any context if he plays it or not, but Mythos might be worried about a Zac pick. I think Zac looks so good, and also he's very good into the Wukong in the invades as well. But Aurora get taken away, so no shock that mid gets picked on here. And let's see what Mapogo wants to pick. This is most likely going to be the jungle here. Zac is an option. Talia is a Talia mid, or Talia flex pick could be an option. Talia jungle, I know, I think got buffed recently. I could be mistaken on that, but I've seen some Talia jungles still going around as a really solid pick. I think it's a great pick in the Wukong at minimum. But leaving jungle here for the last pick for Mapogo is quite interesting. So we will see what happens here. There is an ad starting in about 50 seconds that I cannot stop, so hit that subscribe button if you want to dodge the ads. Mythos picking the Syndra here. Okay, I'm down with Syndra. She can bully Talia around a little bit. If Wukong visits early enough and gets her a lead. But Talia is also decent at keeping just out of her range and kind of kiting around here. So let's see what Mythos picks here for the third. Oh, is a Dr. Mundo. Okay. I like the Mundo quite a bit. Can bully around the Malphite. Okay. Oh, come on, Mr. Buffa. You know you wanted to do it. Oh, and Zaheen is the last lock-in here. So, could be Malphite top Zaheen jungle, could be Zaheen top Malphite jungle. I think either are okay here. Um, I honestly think Zaheen's probably the better option overall for uh, for the side of Mapogo. I think Malphite can get kind of poked out quite a bit from Mundo, but it just depends how the Mundo plays it. So, and it's personal preference as well. I typically like the Mundo in the Malphite. Malphite typically loses to a lot of tanks, actually, in the 1v1, so it just depends. I've seen Mr. Buffa play Zaheen, played it very well in the Femboy series. Some would argue carried their sub mid laner game one, but Malphite is a champion that I can imagine Mr. Buffa also playing quite well here. So it's up to them on how they want to play it. For the side of Mythos, I think this is a fairly strong 2v2. And the jungle can help supplement maybe some of the early game woes from Syndra. But this Mythos squad scales up very well. So I'm very curious to see how this ends up going. Alright, sorry about that. But we are about halfway through the delay here. And, okay, they must not have been lined up straight up on Mapogo side, because I'm not seeing the Zaheen support, not in the Varus Karma. I think that's a little wild. But we shall see. For those in the chat still, what are you seeing from these two comps? Who would you give this game 3 to? Okay, so one thing to note in this very quick load-up screen. This is Zaheen top, Malphite jungle with press the attack. So this is our first Malphite jungle of the split, and I don't think it's in the worst spot. I think he has a lot of targets around the map. He can just farm until his ult is up. Oh, Guma. His Q missing, but Nexus with a nice little poke here. Nice little poke from Samlad here. Got himself the empowered Q, actually, that ends up winning it. So I'm really going to be focused on this bot lane. I think this bot lane's going to want to scrap, and scrap quite a bit. Nice little poke coming out from Guma and Rexy. Top lane, I think, is going to be a fairly peaceful early game. I don't think Sekko's going to find himself too far behind. He can't farm with cleavers. It's just going to be, does the last hitting under turret help him out? I think with the E and the Q, it's not terrible for Mundo. So Malphite matching the same clear as Wukong, though they are doing it on opposite sides of the map here, which is fine. I think Malphite pathing away from the very skirmish heavy bot lane is okay. Doesn't want to get pushed and invaded in by the Wukong, so that is nice for him. I think it's just going to be a nice peaceful early game for that for the lead. Though this is a different style of champion that we've seen out of him this series, at least. He picked the Rek'Sai in Game 2 and the Vi in Game 1. Nice little trade here from Samlad. Doesn't have the mana to continue going. $129 in the area though. Rexy also coming up. Stun coming out. Empowered Q coming in. And Rexy not able here. Lead though, it finds himself waddling into the situation. And getting a little health chipped away from him. Oh, Mr. Buffa. Give himself a nice trade. Does have the Ignite up. Setsuko's passive, though. Putting in quite a bit of work. 129 now up here on top. And Seko ends up falling here. Mr. Buffa chugging a pot. 129, though. Getting pushed away here. And that is that. So Mr. Buffa finding himself a solo bolo for first blood in the top lane. But with that back for Mr. Buffa, it does allow Setko to pick up some of this farm he was behind on. Wave ends up getting pushed in, so some decent resources. Ends up picking up a plate as well here, so only 400 gold behind. Doesn't really have a reason to back. I'm very curious to see what Lead's items are going to be here. I've seen AP be an option. I've seen just straight tank. I think Malphite is one of the champions that can build a little bit of anything. But Mr. Buffa has the ult up. Seko does pick up the passive. Level 6 though off that minion wave ends up popping the ult here. But ends up falling to Mr. Buffa. Again, the Sheen procs getting put to use here. Astros getting a little bit of a trade back here. A little bit of poke coming out. Junglers do find themselves in the river area. Flash level 6 coming out of Lead. Rexy, though, with his own flash. 129 is not level 6 here. Nice little trade back. Barrier coming out from Guma. Astros, though, in this area. Flashes in with the R. It ends up taking out Lead. Pop the flash and the ghost for that roam here. So Astros having himself just a fantastic series overall. Sam Lado trading a little bit back. E is not up. 129 now hitting level 6 here. And Astros will pick up his second kill off of a 129 Wukong gank here. So we have Astros yet again getting himself in here. Mr. Buffa's Ignite being up means that he's able to take down this Mundo pretty easily here. So, overall, 2 kills to 3. Gold is about a 300 difference, but we're seeing a 1,300 difference in the top lane already, though covered up by almost a 1k difference in the mid lane. Tango Fish getting his back stopped and having to flash away from Guma's R. It's pretty massive, actually. So, lead having his ult back is pretty big. Samlad getting himself a really nice trade here on that Astros. Ghost was popped by Samlad. Here, Astros, though, trying to dance here. Flash coming out. 129 ends up picking himself one. But Astros will fall to the roaming Nexus there. So, these mid laners are brawling as well. They've been doing this all series. So, Void Grubs were taken by lead here, which I think this is a pretty useful game for Void Grubs. Especially for Mr. Bufo with the lead he's created. But Caitlyn's sieging power off of a team fight win, the Void Grubs do provide a lot of use there. But with that happening, we do see that the first dragon will get picked up here by Mythos. Oh, 129 leaving it on less than 100 HP there. Samlad actually had a chance of stealing it, though 129 was sitting on Smite. Samlad using the Weaver's Wall here to try to catch up to Astros. Nexus using the heal to catch up. Chain CC on the Astros here. And lead ends up using the R. So, 3 ults and a summoner for Astros there. As he ended up actually burning the ghost as well. So, we are a little less than 1,000 gold difference in favor of Mapogo. First dragon, though, did go over to the stun Mythos side. And we see, kind of a similar game flow from the first 2 games. Astros having himself a really solid early game here. And Mr. Bufo just doing his best here. And getting himself a big, massive lead into Setco here. But the Mundo ult ends up saving him from the Ignite. Gumo with the ult coming out. Tangofish will pop the barrier. Lead has himself a couple tank items, but will end up falling here. We did see that Mundo went down in the top side to Mr. Bufo again. He's now 4-0. Big stun coming out of Astros. Ult will tank out Nexus as 129 will finish up Tango Fish there in the invade. And it looks like they are pushing for this first turret here. And that will be first turret. Samlad did not have Ghost or his ult up to try and rotate to that fight. So, Astros completing his first item, which is a Luden's Echo. He's sitting comfortably at 57 stacks, so W upgrade will be coming out here soon. Nice side steps from them, from Astros there. Mr. Bufo yet again trading with Setco here. And will end up taking him out. So this Zaheen is going to be a massive issue for the side of Mythos to deal with here. Though they are still down about 800 gold. Storm Racer completed. Hubris also completed here, so I believe the Hubris buffs hit this patch. So really cheap Hubris there. Mr. Buffa will take this topside turret. Triple Giant's Belt for the Mundo here. Samlad getting himself taking some damage here from Astros. Mundo spots out Mr. Buffa here, so stops the back. Definitely doesn't want to trade with him. Ooh, big damage coming out of Guma. On to Tango Fish. Malphite Jungle has been farming up quite a bit, keeping pace with the Wukong here. Does have ult up, no flash up. Flash is up on Guma. Rexy does not have flash. 129 does, though. So, Dragon getting postured here. Mr. Buffa did walk down to the bot lane here, so no TP burned. Rexy getting jumped on here by the Unraveled Earth by Samlad. Mr. Buffa now going ahead here. Ghost was popped by Samlad there. Thought it might have been a much bigger fight. Now Mythos looking at getting the mid lane, but Talia has a solid amount of wave clear. Zaheen did TP topside. So, ult coming out here. Astro's getting jumped on. Did not have flash. Seko in the background ends up picking up one. Samlad will get queued on by the Mundo. So, a kill on the Mundo here. And that is a 2-for-1 overall in favor of the Mythos side. So, big turnaround there. Tied one dragon apiece. About an 800 gold lead on the side of Mythos. Mr. Buffa getting fought on in the river area. But ends up creating the space against 3. The rest of the Mapogo squad is on the way. Astros in the bot lane, no TP. So, this Rift Herald should go over to the Mapogo team, and most likely going to break open mid, which will be a decent gold swing. Muramana completed here for Guma, so he is on 2 items. Tango Fish still on 1. Unraveled Earth missed here from Samlad. Rift Herald used mid here. So now we're at roughly about a 500 gold lead. Let's see where lead wants to take this. Alright, he's just driving along here. Warmog's completed by the Mundo. I think now he's going to feel okay in a side lane. You know, that's still doesn't want to see Mr. Buffa, especially with Ignite. But Rexy kind of doing some warding here. Guma getting jumped on with Mr. Buffa behind him. Flash used. Guma trying to one-shot Tango, but that ends up not happening. TP coming in for the Mundo. And we're looking at some posturing, though. Lead getting ulted by Astros and brought down about 25%. So Astros still lacking the damage fully. But stun coming out on Nexus here. Ends up getting another passive stack. Nexus having the Proto Belt away. Will ult away as well. And he ends up falling to 129. So ADC traded for the support here. And that's kind of it for that skirmish here. So, again, 9 kills to 10 still. Looking at virtually dead even, like maybe 200 gold top. Samlad trying to clear the wave. Seko doing a good job body blocking it. Ignite being used for Mr. Buffa in the bot lane. And he will end up diving. And Rexy gets taken out here in this top lane. Setsuko soon to follow, but 129 is in the area. Ult coming out from Seko. Nexus, though, in the area as well. But no anti-healing there. So 0. 2 for 0 in favor of Mapogo and a cross-map play. So 6-0 on the Zaheen now. And they are now up about 1,500 gold. For Mapogo here. The battle for the pink wards ends up being a tie. Mundo roaming a little bit here. Dragon is up. Mid lane turret's still up for Mapogo, which I think is the big thing here. Led is a pretty tanky boy. Now has himself some MR as well. Rexy getting pulled in here from Mr. Buffa. Unraveled Earth does force him to flash. Decent stun coming out. Tanglefish taking a little bit of poke damage. A little chip damage here, but the trap line is in full effect here. Karma Shields, though, allowing him to tank that. And tank that one as well here. So, trap line virtually unaffected. Lead starting off this dragon. Guma doing the poke that he can do. Tango not stepping up to get the headshot on that trap. So Ocean Drake taken. But Mr. Buffa getting ulted here, and he is pretty massive. Nexus, though, with a massive engage here. 129 trying to kite back out. Seko remaining alive with the ult. Big stun coming out there as lead ends up falling to Guma. Here, Mr. Buffa's passive does get procced. Tanglefish not in this fight yet. He's trying to just dance around it. It's so hard for him to enter. But Mr. Buffa carrying this team fight here after the mid lane turret gets taken down. Seko has no passive now. Gets knocked up from Mr. Buffa. Guma in the area, though. No passive onto Mr. Buffa. Seko, oh my lord, Guma's damage here. Oh, but the healing coming out of Mr. Buffa keeps him alive. What a massive 2v2. Ends up being a 2v3. And yet again, Mr. Buffa nets himself a kill. 8-0-2 on the Zaheen. The Sundered Sky putting in so much work with the Sheen procs as well here. And this Zaheen is popping off. Get the mic out of your mouth. Dude, the mic is so far away from me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, but 3 items on Guma here, 2 items on Tangofish, so Guma a little bit ahead here, though lethality items fall off, and they are cheaper. Looks like potentially a Heartsteel coming out of Seko, which, I mean, at this point, I don't know if you go after Heartsteel. I think it's a little late for that. Astros trading some damage and side laning against Samlad. Seeker's getting completed by Nexus, so he is able to find ways to engage a fight. Sekko, I think, is now tanky enough to maybe be able to just cleaver and push back Mr. Bufa, or at least not die under turret. I don't know. So, also, side note, no anti-healing for the side of Mythos just yet. Zonya's completed by Astra, so able to dodge some of the from the lead and Mr. Bufa engage. Guma with himself some decent poke here. Tangofish eats 2 Qs and is instantly below half health. Heartsteel completed by Sekko. MR coming out for lead. Looks like a kinetic Rukerin. Death's Dance here for Mr. Bufa, so anti-healing is definitely going to be on the table for the side of Mythos. So 10 to 15 on the kills, 2k gold lead for the Mapogo Coalition. They are up 2 dragons. So this is game 3. And this game, even gold-wise, but so much pressure from the Mapogo side, especially on Mr. Bufa. Again, we still do not have any source of anti-healing outside of the Varus E against Mr. Bufa, and he is on 3 items. Dragon started up. Here. Ult coming out on the Astros. Zonya's getting used. Mr. Bufa solo in the back line. The clone knockup stops Nexus from having a big engage, but this lack of anti-healing out of Mythos is just so pivotal for Mr. Bufa to just basically 1v5 this whole squad. Dragon did go over to Mapogo, and now they are here sieging. They do have 3 Void Grubs. They're doing their best. Sekko trying to himself to frontline. Mr. Bufa, he barely takes any damage from turrets at this point. And a big unraveled earth here as Rexy will end up falling. And this looks to be bot inhib going down in favor of Mapogo. Mr. Bufa with the pull over to Astros as he ends up flashing away. Guma's ult comes out. Astros using the ult here on the Tango Fish. And Mr. Bufa diving in with the Zaheen ult. Astros is here on the side. But the whole Mapogo team now retreating here as they took a lot of poke, but they got exactly what they needed in the inhib. So, all in all, big exchange in favor of Mapogo. They now have a inhib down in the bot lane that'll constantly keep pushing. So Mr. Boof can now push a solo lane with 4 mid. Especially if that being the bot lane, there's a lot of pressure onto this Baron now. But TP is up for the Mundo here. Oh, Astros with the sneaky Syndra tech being able to just grab the crab here. And so they have now the crab vision. But this Baron setup with the small wall right there will prevent a lot of that vision from coming out. So, Baron started up here for the Mapogo Coalition squad. And this is going to be pretty useful. TP, though, coming in from Seko. This could be a game-turning fight. Ult coming out from Guma. Led tanking everything he can. Astro's getting jumped on from Nexus. Zanya's getting used here. Mr. Bufa in the backline. Astros will fall. And now we have Samlad going forward with the R here. The Unraveled Earth is big. Guma trying to stay alive. Q from Samlad during the Zanyas puts in work. But now we're seeing a little bit of fight back from Mythos. And Seko is now the only one left here. Though Lead and Nexus did fall, they themselves do not have any anti-healing outside of Lead's Thornmail here. So, big fight, ends up being a 4-for-2, again, in favor of Mapogo. They did get them off of the Baron. So, basically a win for the side of Mythos. And I think we're going to just see teams posture for that again. No TP, though, on Seko. Double super minions here in this bot lane, which is going to be massive. Astros will have to cover that. He is fully... Oh, he is not fully transcended. He's 3 stacks away. Not having the death cap by this time is tough for Syndra, as you want to get that almost always on your 3rd item because of the passive. You just get a massive spike there. So Mapogo now back on this Baron here. It looks like Mythos is going to take their chances, try to steal some resources, get something out of this. The Lead frontlining, walking into everything. Nexus with a massive engage here, followed up by Lead. Big wombo combo. Mr. Bufa now diving the backside here. Guma trying to kite himself away, but that is now 12-0-4 on this Zaheen here. And TPing through bot lane here. Why is that super minion going that way? That was interesting. But this looks like a potential... Yeah, they're going for the win here. Samlad with the flash here, trying to duel Guma here. But nothing stopping Mr. Bufa. We've finally seen the first source of anti-healing out of Mythos with his Bramble Vest. And that's it after that big team fight. Mapogo ends up winning the series 2-1 over Stun Mythos. So Mythos no longer undefeated. And Mapogo finally getting their first dub on here. Let me see if I can't pick up an interview here from one of the Mapogo squads. till then, let's move over. Sorry to this. Yep, noted 2-0. Damage-wise, obviously, Mr. Buffa, star of the series, carried a lot of the load. First game on the Mordekaiser, had himself a stellar performance. Game 2 on the Orin, and then on the Zaheen was pivotal at maintaining the lead here. Yo,
There
What's
he
up?
is.
what's up? How do you guys feel after that?
Just another day on the job, right?
Oh,
No, no.
Another,
Clocking into the office.
another 3-game series by you guys.
That's our comfort zone.
Mhm.
Has any team played as much 3-game series as we have? No, it feels great. I mean, I was telling all these guys, I think I'm one of the few ones who watch the show here, but this is what a lot of people have as the top dogs, and the boys showed up today, especially Mr. Buffa. Give that guy some love.
Yeah. I was about to ask, what about that top lane performance there?
Hey, I kind of just like to fist fight people, and this guy likes to fist fight too. But he lost. He lost the fist fights.
Oh.
No, he was shitting on me on Camille. I'm not gonna lie, but no, this game's just worked out pretty well. We were able to snowball our leads effectively in the 2 wins. I think our macro has actually gotten considerably improved. We've kind of just stopped dying by doing stupid shit.
Except for game 2.
Yeah, except, you know what? We gotta throw in a few mistakes there, but it feels good to get a win with the boys. Happy I was able to do that much damage. Jesus Christ.
When you get CLT sub in for Samla, the Samla guy low-key stinks.
No, absolutely not. It took another Zaheen performance from Mr. Buffa to even carry CLT in that game, man. I don't think you want that guy. But
and also, one guy who's not here that I think we should give some love to is the lead, the ever-present jungler. I think great ultis in the Mole fight and a great game 1. The Rek'Sai needs a bit of work, but otherwise I think he also played really well.
I was
the
a
top
little taken back because, he gets his Lee Sin banned from him. He's playing, really, I don't want to say mechanical, but they're fist fighting type of junglers, in the Vi and the Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
And then you put this guy on Malphite duty.
Well, he's
he was like, Malphite looks really good here, and then in the middle of champ select, he was looking up the clear. And he aced the clear. He did phenomenally.
Oh, that's amazing. Clip
Yo,
that.
man, my W is an auto reset? What?
It's the only champ I play with a W auto reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have really bad comms early game because he's just telling us how he's clearing his camps and how surprised he is at what the abilities do.
Well, Samlad, I do gotta ask, man. It looked like you and Astros were just fighting as much as the top laners were in that series, man. Every time it panned over, it's like someone's getting an advantage, someone's almost solo killing somebody, or at least getting them low.
Yeah, that happened. With the 2 matchups that we played, they're very especially in the last game, Syndra Talia, it's very much I just use my Q on cooldown and try not to get hit by anything that he has. I just think that game 2 we don't have to look back on. I've just been not playing well recently, and it's taken some time to get back into League.
Mm-hmm. The Vladimir, I think, was a very ingenious pick by them, not showing much CC and can match scaling for scaling. Well, that was pretty cheeky little pick to have in the back pocket there. But okay, yeah, it was when he dove you bot lane after MR boots and everything. I'm like, this is not going to be good for you guys. So
yeah,
but so wait, I don't quite remember. Does this mean Mapogo is tied with Ninja Turts on series wins?
Hey,
the server?
Whoa.
Hey. 3 series wins last season.
Did you?
One of them, at least one of them was a forfeit. I don't know if 2 of them were a forfeit.
Okay.
Hey, we count the technicals.
That's just how good the Mapogo coalition is.
I remember.
So Mapogo greater than Ninja Turts. Got it.
No, I remember us starting like 2-0 the beginning of last split.
Yeah, I think we were up 2-0 because then Hare had us like number 2 in the power rankings for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Really buying into the hype, and that was the biggest drop off of all time. So we're trying to kind of reverse that trajectory this season. Start off slow, make our way up the ladder.
So we're blaming Harewick. Got it.
I mean, we have to.
Yeah.
Who else to blame, right?
Yeah, nobody else to blame here.
So
clip it and send it over to him. I better hear no Tango Fish slander.
Now?
he had a tough game 3. The game 2 I think was after the Sheen buy, where you guys kept picking on the Lulu. I've never seen a Corki do that much damage. It's like holy shit.
I've seen enough Tango Fish Corki, man.
I've seen quite a bit of Tango Fish like Corki, but that was surprising to even me. At one point he was 3 levels up on the Lulu.
Level 5 when they were level 3, and I'm just gonna hit them.
Turns out that worked.
Common theme amongst all of our players, if you haven't noticed. We kind of just hit them and hope it works.
I mean, that's AD carry for you. So, all
and
right.
Top lane, jungle.
True.
And support sometimes.
He had some decent engages.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
kind
of stinky, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I will let you gentlemen go, but another 3-game series turned out the win on this one. Broke Mythos. I think they were the only ones that didn't have a map loss, but now they have an actual series loss. So
yeah. Tell them to meet us in Deadlock. We'll see what's up there.
Oh, meet them in some Deadlock.
First apple.
Well,
thanks for the cast, man. Sorry, I know the interview was all over the place in terms of answers, but I just think it's because vibes are pretty good right now. So
I knew what I knew what room I was jumping into. I've been around you guys enough.
That's fair enough. Yeah, appreciate the time.
But
on Friday night.
Yeah. Much love, gentlemen. I will let you guys go and enjoy some Deadlock now.
God bless. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yep. And there you go. That is the end of our series. Mapogo taking their first win against the undefeated stunned Mythos. So we will see you guys tomorrow for I guess 2 series tomorrow. Yeah, I'll double check. But either way, we'll see you guys next time.